Okay, guys, so today we are going to be working with dot plots. Okay, and these are a little bit more difficult. They take more than just setting up a proportion. We've got to calculate a bunch of different things in order to answer the questions. Okay, so we need to, like everything else we've been doing, read the problem and all of our answer choices, and then identify what is being asked. Okay, these are really important because it tells us what we're looking for and what is the question asking. Okay, and for these, you're going to have to calculate mean, median, mode, and range. You may not have to do all of them in one. It's just whatever the answer choices are looking for. That's what we need to calculate. Okay, that's why we have what is being asked. And then identify which statement is true. So they're going to have statements, and you need to figure out which one is true about them. Okay, so the mean, for a little refresher, because we should have had this already, but a little refresher, our mean is the average of all the numbers. So however many numbers, whatever the numbers are, we need to add all of those together and then divide by however many points there are. So if I have 10 numbers that I need to add all together, I'm going to divide by 10 at the end. The median is the middlemost number. So I need to count from the two outsides all the way in and find the middle. The middlemost number, which is the number that's at the middle. If there are two in the middle, like it's an odd number, an even number of data points, then you need to find the mean of those two numbers that are in the middle. The mode is the number that occurs the most frequently. So which one has the most dots on it? And then the range, we need to subtract the highest number in the data set from the lowest number in the data set, and that'll give me the range. Okay, so on this one, we're going to be finding the mean, median, mode, and range. Okay. So this one is the number of countries outside the US visited by students in two classes are shown in the dot plots. Which statement is best supported by the information in the dot plots? So we're going to find mean first. Okay. And so on this first one for Mr. Ryan's class, so I'm going to put Ryan there. We're going to add all these together. So I have a zero, because there's two dots on zero. So I have two zeros. I have two ones, 1, 1. I have two twos, 2, 2. I have two threes, and I have two fours. Okay, so I'm going to add all those together. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. 11 plus 3 is 14. 14 plus 2 is 16. 16 plus 2 is 18. Plus 1 is 19. Plus 1 is 20. Okay, so this all together is 20. And then I'm going to divide it by however many points I have. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. So when I do 20 divided by 10, I get 2. So my mean is 2. Okay, for Ryan. And then I'm going to do it for Miss Pierce's class, 2. Okay, I have 3 zeros on that one. So 1, 2, 3. I have 3 ones. 1, 2, 3. 3 twos. 1, 2, 3. And 3 threes. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm going to add them together. 3, 6, 9. 9 plus 2 is 11. Plus 2 is 13. Plus 2 is 15. 16, 17, 18. So I have 18 there, divided by however many numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 18 divided by 12. Okay, that's going to end up being a fraction. Let's look. 12 goes into 18 once. 12 goes into 65 times. So it's going to be 1.5. Okay, so my mean of Miss Pierce's class is 1.5, which means the mean in Ryan's class is bigger. Mr. Ryan's class is bigger than Mrs. Pierce's class. Okay, so that was the mean. So let's find the median now. So our median is the middlemost number. So I'm just going to put R and P here. Okay, so we're going to find the middle number. So what I like to do is start at the beginning and the end and count and take off the same amount. So I'm going to take 2 off here, 2 off here. Let me cross it off. So beginning, 1 at the beginning, 1 at the end. Okay, and that'll get it all the way to the middle. So I'm going to keep crossing off 1 at the beginning, 1 at the end. okay? Which leaves 2 in the middle. Since they're both 2, that means my middlemost number is going to be 2. Okay, so my median is 2 on this one. Let's do this one too. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, so it would be 1 and 2. So I need to do 2 divided by 1. 2, not 2 divided by 1. I need to do 2 plus 1 and then divide that by 2. Divide that by 2, and my median ends up being 1.5. Okay, so my median for Mr. Ryan's class is higher than my median for Mrs. Pierce's class. Okay, and then mode. Mode is the one that has the most on all of these in Mr. Ryan's class. They all have the same number. That means all of those numbers are the mode. 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and then the same with Miss Pierce. All of them have 3, so it's going to be 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so most of the time there's going to be one that has more than all the rest of them, but if they all have the same, or if there's a couple that have the same, then the mode is both of those numbers or all of those numbers. Okay, and then my last thing is the range. And the range for Mr. Ryan's class is my biggest number that has data, so that's 4, minus my smallest number that has data, that's 0. So I'm going to do 4 minus 0, which is 4. Okay, and then for Ms. Pierce's class, my biggest number that has data is 3, and my smallest number is 0. So I'm going to do 3 minus 0, which is 3. So in Mr. Pierce's class, the mean, the median, and the range are all bigger than in Mr. Ryan's class and in Ms. Pierce's class. Okay, and that's all we have to do. So I'll show you some examples with the actual answer choices now, and we'll see how we can do that. Okay, the dot plots show the prices of various brands of toothpaste at 2 stores. Which statement is best supported by the information in the dot plots? Okay, so I'm going to put this over here. And I'm going to go through and read the choices. Cheap Stuff's data distribution is more symmetrical. So that's a good word to know, symmetrical. Symmetrical means that it's pretty even on both sides. If I were to split it down the middle of the data, it would look pretty similar on both sides, okay? So if I were to split it down the middle of Cheap Stuff, that's what we're looking for. It does look pretty symmetrical on both sides. So we're going to put a little dot right there because it might be that one. Save Big's data. Let me erase this. Oops. Put that line back there. Save Big's data are skewed more to the left. So it skewed means that it has more information on that side than the other. So to the left. So this is my left side, right? There's not that much data. This one is actually skewed more to the right than to the left because most of the data is on the right side of the thing, the graph. So it's not that one. Save Big's data are skewed right and Cheap Stuff data are skewed left. So this one, yes, it's skewed right, but Cheap Stuff's data is not skewed at all, okay? Because it's got about the same on both sides. So we're gonna cross that out. Save Big's data are skewed left, and Cheap Stuff's data are skewed right. So it's not that one either, because we already know Save Big's data is skewed more to the right than to the left. So it is A, because I know Cheap Stuff's data looks more symmetrical. It makes a little pyramid. That helps me figure out that it's symmetrical. Okay. My next one. The pulse rates of girls and boys in a gym class are shown in the dot plots. Which of the 3 statements appear to be true? That's got the same. Uh-oh. Let me find the actual page for you, the graph for you. I gotta fix that. Page 128. Okay. Pulse rates. Progress. Cut plots. Oh no, that's not there. plots of 12A, right? This one. Okay. Went the wrong way. Okay. Pulse rates. Okay. The pulse rates of girls and boys in a gym class are shown in the dot plots below. Okay, so let me open this up for you so you can see. Okay, so those are my pulse rates. Okay, we want to see, move that. We want to see the range of pulse rates is the same for boys and girls. Okay, so if I look at girls, my range is going to be from 74 to 68. So I need to do 74 minus 68. Okay, so 74 minus 68. We got to borrow 8 minus 14. 14 minus 8 is 6. Okay, so my range for girls is 6. And then my range for boys is from 76 to 70. So 76 minus 70. That would be 6. So they're both the same. The range of pulse rates is the same for boys and girls. So it is a 1. Okay, so this one is true. So we're going to look at it. So we know it's one of the ones that has 1 and 1 in it. So I know it's not C because it's not just 3, because it also includes 1. The boys' median pulse rate is 2 beats per minute greater than the girls' median pulse rate. Okay, let me freeze this for you. Okay, so if we're looking at that, the median pulse rate for boys, okay, so we're going to look and we're going to count off our dot plots. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we have 2 for each of these. So that would end up being 73.5. So it's in between 73 and 74. So my median here for the boys would be 73.5. Okay, for my boys. Okay, and then for my girls, let's check my girls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then those are all in the middle. So 71 to 72. So in between 71 and 72, which is 71.5 for the girls. Okay, so they are 2 apart. So the median pulse rate is 2 beats per minute greater than the girls' median pulse rate. So it would be 1 and 2. So it's going to be one that has 2 in it as well. So let's see if 3 is right as well. Both the girls' data and the boys' data are skewed to the right. So let's look. If we see the girls' data skews more to the left because it doesn't have anything on the right. On the boys' data, skews more to the right because there's nothing on the left. Okay, so that would mean that number 3 is not correct because they don't both skew to the right. So it would just be A, 1 and 2. Okay. And that's all we have, guys. Your assignment today is going to be a quizzes. And we are going, and you're going to be doing the quizzes for today for your assignment. And you guys, like you always know, let me know if you have any questions. Thanks, guys. Bye.